terms and conditions.
We asked people in Michigan why they got the COVID-19
Turn left onto
vaccine.
Timberview Trail.
Because I am 24 weeks pregnant and we wanted to protect our baby boy.
I vaccinated to protect my family, protect my friends, and help our community.
Because I believe in the science.
Why did you get vaccinated?
My best friend couldn't. She caught COVID and passed away the day before
In
her
half a mile,
birthday.
turn right
That
onto
is
North
my
Adams
why.
Road.
Be able to hug my mom again. I haven't been able to hug her in over a year.
I want to hug my grandma again.
And I'm ready to get back to somewhat normal.
All the vaccines have been tested for safety and are trusted by doctors.
I'm vaccinated. I'm coming to give you a big hug. I love you, Mom.
You've got your why. Now find a vaccine near you at michigan.gov/COVID vaccine. A message from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. If you haven't refinanced your mortgage in 2021, you need to call Hall Financial right now to see if you qualify for our no appraisal 8-day close. Call 248-308-5000 or check us out online at callhallfirst.com. You could be saving hundreds of dollars a month by calling Hall Financial today. That's 248-308-5000 or chat with us online.
Turn right onto North Adams
Hall
Road.
Financial, NMLS ID 1467435, Equal Housing Lender.
Radio, we'll be en route to Kroger to fight hunger.
This is Rachel Hurst, Corporate Affairs Manager with Kroger, Michigan. So excited to announce a special partnership with Kroger and local first responders for the Kroger Zero Hunger Emergency Food Drive. Right, Chief?
You will have over 50 law
At the
enforcement
light,
agencies
use the
collecting
right lane to
non-perishable
merge
food
onto
donations for families in
I-75
need
North.
at select Kroger stores.
When school is out, many children go hungry. Help us fill a patrol vehicle with food donations to feed hungry children across the state.
Please donate this Saturday. Visit 971theticket.com/feedmish
Turn
for a list
right.
of participating Kroger stores.
Hey Detroit, it's Tanya Lalonde with exciting news. Our brand new facility in Emily City is finally complete. We're all moved in and we're open to the public. Come see us today at the all-new Lalonde Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in beautiful Emily City or click LaLondeChrysler.com.
At Shell, we know from the time you get up to the time you wrap up, there's a lot of meetups, eat-ups, and hurry-ups. So come to Shell and get 3 things done at once. Fill up with Shell V-Power Nitro Plus to help keep your engine running like new. Save up with the Fuel Rewards program and never pay full price for gas again. And snack up with in-store
Use the right
rewards
2 lanes to take exit 75 to merge onto I-75 Business Loop North towards Square Lake Road.
Plus premium gas. See full terms and conditions at fuelrewards.com.
Sadness and misery.
Take the exit.
I'm in a good mood.
Okay. Hey, man, what's wrong?
It just didn't sound very bluesy.
He's probably happy because he found out Honey Nut Cheerios can help lower cholesterol as part of a heart-healthy diet.
Oh, hey, boss.
Okay, well, let's try it again.
Smile on my face.
No, that's still happy.
Have a change of heart with Honey Nut Cheerios. Learn more about Honey Nut Cheerios by picking up a box at your local store. Welcome to another episode of Ask Tomorrow. I'm your host, Tomorrow. Better sleep makes for a better me, and Casper's Cooling Collection has everything hot sleepers need to keep cool all night long. Like the Wave Hybrid Snow Mattress for over 12 hours of cooler sleep. Okay, next caller.
Hi, Tomorrow. I need to break up with my boyfriend. Any suggestions?
Get him a breathable mattress protector. It helps hot sleepers stay cool.
I think I'll just go with flowers.
Yeah, none of my exes appreciated the mattress protector either. Casper, love your tomorrow. Starting stronger starts at AutoZone, where they've got battery solutions in the form of free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes them America's #1 battery destination. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Did you know there's more than one Las Vegas? There's the Strip with families on vacation and questionable odds. Then there's downtown Vegas, the original gambling and entertainment mecca. That's where you'll find the D Las Vegas. Book your stay at thed.com. The D Las Vegas, home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
The Detroit Tigers host the Boston Red Sox. Pre-game tonight at 6:50 on 97.1 The Ticket. The Detroit Tigers took down the Boston Red Sox last night by a score of 4-2. Miguel Cabrera hit his 498th career home run. Also had another hit in the game, so he is at 2,944 in regards to hits as he closes in on the 3,000 mark. But let's go to Heather Park. She was there last night. You saw the number turn over.
I did. It was fun. And oh my gosh, I was standing next to a fan that had the loudest scream, the highest pitched scream I have heard. And I swear my eardrum, I felt like it blew out my eardrum because she was screaming so loud for Miggy's home run, which was incredible. But at the same time, oh my gosh, my ear hurt for the rest of the night. It was fun. It was a fun game to be at. A beautiful night to be at the ballpark. It was really nice for sure. Let's talk a little bit of Olympics. I haven't done that yet today. American hurdler and sprinter Sydney McLaughlin, she set a new world record, and she also took home gold in the 400-meter hurdles on Wednesday. This was a pretty incredible race. She finished in 51.46 seconds, which is just ahead of the defending Olympic champion and her rival, Dalilah Muhammad, who also during the same race broke the previous world record as well. So this was like just an incredible race to watch. The previous record was set by McLaughlin at 51.90 seconds. So good for her. As far as total medal count goes, we do still have the most medals, the U.S. team. We have 76 medals, but we're behind in gold. So we have 25 gold, and China has 32 gold medals. So I know we're slacking there in the gold, but overall we're doing well.
Do you guys get into this?
The Olympics?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think the
I
Olympics are
love
awesome.
the Olympics.
Yeah.
I haven't. I mean, we have the Olympics on all of the time.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever we can. Sometimes we have it muted, but it's on the TV all the time. Yeah, I'm totally into it. I don't watch everything. There's certain events and certain sports that I have trouble getting into, but I enjoy watching. I like track and field. I think it's fun to watch. So
I do too. I like the basketball. I like always watching the fastest man in the world, the 100-meter dash.
Yeah.
And the golf was fun. That's about it, though. You know, I just...
You don't like any of the sports that you don't get a chance to see? Like, I'm
the badminton.
Yeah, badminton.
I hear you do great with the shuttlecock, yes.
Oh, yes, I do.
watched. I got into some of the new debuts, like skateboarding was really cool. That was fun to watch. I watched some of the surfing, like some of these new sports that just entered the Olympics. I thought was kind of cool to watch as well. I like some of those more obscure sports that you don't get to, like what you're saying, John, that you don't get to see all the time.
Right. Yeah.
It's fun to see.
Table tennis.
Do they drug test the surfers and the skateboarders?
Do they what?
Drug test?
I think they drug test everyone.
Yes,
I know, but they get the exemption, right? The surfers and the skateboarders. They don't drug test that.
I watch those more for the fails.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, and those fails.
Yeah, some of them are
see a fail.
painful.
I would say the worst fails are the hurdles, though. Somebody takes a hurdle right in the gut.
Yes.
I saw this poor woman. Oh, my goodness. Awful.
And that's what you were thinking at the time.
Yes, and the pole vaulters, too, when it snaps.
Yes.
Well, that can be
This is what we're
dangerous,
also
but
thinking about Rieger, too, on Friday.
yeah,
Is this
exactly.
going to happen?
Yeah.
Are we going to make this happen?
Yes, we're going to make it happen.
All right,
Yes.
you got to give me some pads.
I will, trust me, today I'll be
We
working
got to
on
stream
that.
it live.
Yes.
Heather's going to put in the news on Monday that I'm in critical condition still.
Heather, you mentioned this yesterday. You're going to be out there with us, right?
I am. I'm going to be there Friday with you guys.
So, good. Yes, we'll have
Continue
at least
onto West Square
one
Lake Road.
witness.
Oh yeah, I'm going to film the whole
put it on
thing.
Yes, yes.
It's going everywhere. It's going to be viral.
Listen, here's the thing, though. See, this plays in my favor because everybody's expecting John to kill me. John is going to
In
feel some sort
1.3
of guilt. He
miles,
doesn't want to
turn
kill a
right
coworker.
onto
I
South
think he
Telegraph
probably
Road.
likes
I have no idea what's going through my mind.
Yeah.
So it's just not one of them.
I don't think you're going to want to, totally end my life. So I think you're going to take it easy on me.
Of course, he doesn't want to kill you.
If he dies, he dies.
This is an amazing story. There was an off-duty U.S. Border Patrol agent
turn right
who
onto
actually
South
saved a
Telegraph
man's life by pulling him from a burning car just moments before it basically blew up. In smoke, in flames. This is wild. Agent John Leslie was driving down Northwestern Highway in Farmington Hills when he noticed this fire on the side of the road. So, of course, he decided to stop at the scene, and he rushed to this vehicle, and he noticed that there was a driver trapped inside of it. So this driver had crashed into a tree, and that's why his car was now on fire, right? So this agent was able to crawl into the vehicle. He opened the rear door to try to pull the driver out that way, but because the vehicle was so damaged, he wasn't able to get the driver through the back seat. So this fire just just continued to grow in size and grow in size. And that's when the agent noticed that there was a bowling ball in the back seat. And he used that bowling ball basically in this last-ditch effort to just break the driver's window to get him out through that door. So after several attempts, he was finally able to reach into the car, pry the door open, free the driver, and the driver was pulled from the vehicle just seconds before basically a small explosion engulfed the entire vehicle.
Wow.
Jeez.
I mean, thank goodness. It's one of those stories where it's like the right place, the right time.
Yes.
This Border Patrol agent who's also trained, a trained EMT, just happened to be in the right place at the right time and did the right thing by stopping to help this man. And pretty incredible that this guy was able to live.
Amazing.
Very heroic. That's understandable. Like movie stuff.
It is like a movie, without a doubt. Auto workers at Detroit's Big 3 plants will be required to wear masks again beginning today. And this is regardless of vaccination status. So this decision comes after the CDC changed COVID-19 workplace standards. Now, when it comes to vaccines, the UAW does not support requiring all workers to be vaccinated. And the U.S. automakers really have not mandated vaccines either. So they're not required to get the vaccine, but they will be required to wear masks. They are strongly encouraging their workers to get the vaccines. So while we don't have a statewide mask mandate, there are certain businesses that are now requiring masks. And like we talked about, universities as well that are requiring this. Central Michigan University isn't requiring students and staff to get the vaccine, but they will be requiring everyone on campus to wear a mask through the end of September. And then we also talked about Wayne State University, which is requiring vaccine, but is also going to be requiring masks as well through at least September 15th.
Okay. Talk to your doctor, talk to your medical professional, make sure you get the information and make the best decision for you. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Rieger's not going to tell you what to do.
Nobody listens to me.
Right, yeah. So,
nobody cares what I
that's
say.
the best thing you can do is be informed and know what's going to be best for you.
It's kind of a bummer, though, isn't it? Like New York City, the state of New York as well, you have to wear masks now indoors. Every indoor event that's public, correct?
Jeff, it's way more than that. That's my next story. So New York City is about to become the first major city to require proof of vaccination for indoor activities. So this goes just beyond mask wearing. So this is for indoor restaurants, bars, nightclubs, gyms, any basic entertainment venue that is indoors. People will have to show their vaccination card to get in. So this is a huge, basically the first of its kind to come to any U.S. city, right?
So what do I think? You think it's going to work, though? You think more people are going to get vaccinated just so they can do indoor activities?
So they can show their papers?
Yes.
Well, it sounds like it probably. It sounds like some, we'll see some of that too. Yeah, because this is not just for people going into the restaurant. It's obviously for everyone who works at the restaurant or any of these venues. They will need to be required as well. So I'm guessing some people will do it to maintain their job because you need to have work. We'll see how this goes over. It's going to go into effect August 16th, but it's going to be phased in, they say, and it will be fully enforced by September 13th. So
my birthday. Oh, good.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, we'll see
how it goes.
I mean, yeah, exactly. That's all I can say at this point. All right, let's talk about the Titanic. It's been at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean for what, like over 100 years, 110 years. But in an indirect way, it's actually still claiming new victims. So there is a Titanic museum. This is in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. And they have this huge 10-foot fake iceberg on display, like an iceberg wall. It's one of those walls that you can go and touch, so you can feel how cold the ice is. It's made of actual ice. And on Monday, the museum's fake iceberg wall collapsed and it injured 3 people. Oh. So, I mean, not the actual Titanic, but you know what I'm saying. This museum, we don't know the extent of these people's injuries, but they were taken to the hospital. The museum did close down for the night. They did reopen yesterday, but the wall attraction was not there any longer. They say it will take about a month to rebuild it.
And so my question is, and it's, trust me, I'm sad for those that got hurt, but like, why Pigeon Forge, Tennessee? York City? Why the Titanic Museum there?
Maybe because it's close to like other attractions. Like Dollywood is it's near there, I think. Like, so you go to Dollywood, then let's go check out the Titanic. I don't know.
Nothing says Tennessee like the Titanic.
Yeah, I have no idea why, but you know.
Yeah, who knows? Well, thank you very much, Heather. And as we mentioned, we're gonna talk about the quarterback situation in the state of Michigan for the Big Ten. And I want to know, is there anyone more obsessed with Matt Stafford than Jeff Rieger or Sean McVay? We'll get to that at 7:40. 97.1 The Ticket.
BetMGM customers can turn $1 into $100 when they bet on any Detroit Tigers game. Sign up for the BetMGM app using Gator100 code, and if you bet $1 on any Tigers game, you'll get $100 in free bets, even if your wager is a strikeout. That's the kind of teammate BetMGM is. Discover their innovative parlay selection builders, daily promotions, boosted odds specials, and more. Download the app or go to BetMGM.com and use bonus code Gator100 to get $100 when you bet $1 on any Tigers game this season, regardless of the outcome of your wager. Only at BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks and an official gaming partner of the Detroit Tigers. New customer offer, paid and free bets, must be 21 years or older, Michigan only. Gambling problems? Call 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help. This excludes Michigan disassociated person.
2 Men in a Truck is the leader in all things moving, and now junk removal service. So whether you are looking to simplify your next home or business move, or just need help with that spring cleaning project, go to 2meninatruck.com and get a quote today.
DTE wants to work with you to build Michigan's future. So whether your business is large, small, or in between, a DTE expert can help you find ways to manage your energy usage and costs. That's money you can use to grow your business and our economy. Find out more at DTEenergy.com. DTE.
I'm Jared Orsia, President and CEO of DTE Energy. Growing up, my family didn't have a lot. My experience taught me that true prosperity comes from serving others. I'm proud to say that's DTE's philosophy too. So we partner with hundreds of local organizations to create opportunities for people in all our communities. We believe that together, we can make Michigan a more prosperous place for everyone.
Learn more at DTEimpact.com.
Summer happens at Speedway because everything you need for summer happens at Speedway. Like drinks. Drinks happen. The freshly brewed drink, the splashed over ice drink, the wake you up drink, the cool you off drink, the make your brain hurt for a minute drink. All poured however you want them, whenever you want them, all summer long. So on every hot day, you have something cold to sip. Speedway, summer happens here. And now, get any size fountain or Speedy Freeze for just 99 cents. Excludes maximum.
In this market, you'll find Fisher Investments is different than other money managers.
Fisher is different? How? Don't you just ride the wave?
Nope. We actively manage client portfolios based on our forward-looking views of the market. In times like these, we understand that clients want proactive communication and guidance.
You don't just provide cookie-cutter portfolios?
No. We get to know our clients so we can tailor their portfolios to their specific goals and needs. We even offer resources on Social Security, Medicare, tax efficiency, and more. Our primary goal is to help them achieve a comfortable retirement.
But you still sell investments that generate high commissions, right?
No, we don't sell commission products. Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, the highest standard for a financial advisor. It means we're there for our clients and always put their interest first.
So when do you make more money? Only when your clients make more money?
Yep, our fees are transparent, structured so we do better when our clients do better. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you are switching to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
This hour of instant feedback brought to you by Mike Pura of National Benefit Plans. For affordable life insurance, call 877-734-2200.
There are no sweeter sounds. Hear the game. All the play-by-play all season is on 97.1 The Ticket and the Odyssey app.
One line drive right center field. It's going to get up the gap, and it's going to head all the way to deepest part of center field. Hill around 3-2 lead in the fifth.
Tigers end up winning last night against the Boston Red Sox by a score of 4-2. Funkhauser gets the win. There were, 6 pitchers that pitched last night? And it just, Miguel Cabrera was the story because it's 498 for him. The home run went to draw within one of the Red Sox early on in the game. He had 2 total hits, and we're going to discuss him as well as what should happen with the baseball when he does hit number 500. We're going to discuss that at 8:02. But we did tease this. Go ahead.
Very quickly, I don't want to, but it wasn't just Miggy. I saw this stat from Dan Hasty, who used to work here, by the way. Mm-hmm. Gregory Soto threw 13 of his 19 pitches over 100 miles per hour. He threw 19 pitches, 13 of them were 100 or more than 100 to get the save yesterday.
Bringing the heat.
Against the Red Sox team that is struggling, Tigers have a chance for the series win today.
Yeah, and those relief pitchers, Willie Peralta started the game, went 4.2 innings, gave up 6 hits, 2 runs, one of them earned. Kyle Funkhauser came in, Jimenez, Fulmer, Cisnero, Soto. It wasn't supposed to be a bullpen day, but they ended up going to the bullpen just a little bit.
Here's the thing that pisses me off, and you're going to laugh at me, then we can get to quarterbacks. But I always check the wild card standings because we're still in early August, right? They're 5 games under 500. Nobody expected them to be this good.
How did July go for you in your prediction?
They're not great. They in the month of July, they were 14-12 against some pretty easy competition. I thought they'd be better. But Oakland never loses, and they're the second wild card team. Yeah. So they're still 8.5 games back.
Yeah. Not making up any ground.
Chris Ellis says he's going to spend money, though, so
he
maybe
does.
that'll solve that.
And we do want to get to that in just a little bit, but we were talking about the top 25 that came out for ESPN, and there are 5 Big Ten teams in the top 20. We discussed them and the reasons why we believe they're there. A lot of it revolves around their quarterback situation. Now in the state of Michigan, you've got obviously East Lansing and Michigan State, Ann Arbor and Michigan. And in East Lansing, it's really it's a 2-guy race. You've got Peyton Thorne, who is there, and by all reports, had a really good spring, got some experience last year, but you also have a kid coming in from Temple, a grad transfer in Anthony Russo, who you mentioned this over the break, but he was, the number 5 leading passer or in Temple history?
Yeah, so he played 31 games at Temple, 44 TDs, 32 picks, but he ranks 5th all-time in Owls passing. It's not every day that on your campus you get the 5th best Owls passer ever. So I do believe that Anthony Russo might be the starting quarterback.
But what does that
right
mean?
lane to keep right to merge onto M10
Nothing
South
other
toward
than a guy that you got in the transfer portal that is super experienced, that you think in Mel Tucker's second year, maybe you trust him more than you trust Peyton Thorne.
Could be.
So maybe it's Peyton Thorne early, and if he struggles, you go Anthony Russo.
I was talking to Jason Strayhorn, who does the sidelines.
Dropping games.
Yes. And he had mentioned that there's going to be 47 new faces and names on this Michigan State roster. Obviously, one of those is Anthony Russo, the transfer from Temple we just mentioned. But from incoming freshmen and the transfer portal, this is going to be a Michigan State team that is very unfamiliar to a lot of people, even those diehard Spartan fans, simply because the turnover in roster. Yeah, there's going to be, some individuals that are still there. Peyton Thorne is still there. You know the name, but there's such an influx of bodies, and where it all falls, we won't know until we get into training camp. But I believe they start the same time Michigan does, which they'll be on the practice field August 6th. I believe is what Michigan is. Right. And I think it's the same for Michigan State.
They play Northwestern in game 1. Michigan plays Western Michigan. But I like it. I like the fact that Mel Tucker obviously took the job, right? Left Colorado, didn't really have a first off season because of COVID, wasn't really able to recruit.
And not only that, but got the job last year, right before, was it the Monday before National Signing Day?
Yeah, because D'Antonio walked away, wanted to get his money, whatever the case is. And that dude, Tucker, just hit the transfer portal. So if it works, I mean, it's worked for other teams. It's worked for other schools, especially in certain positions. So I like it. And I do believe when it's all said and done, Russo could be one of those quarterbacks that he's only going to be there for 1 year, but then you kind of fall in love a little bit with because he's getting a shot after having a pretty good career at Temple.
Yes. And then that brings us to, obviously, the quarterback situation in Ann Arbor. And Jim Harbaugh has done something that I didn't think I'd ever see. He's named a starting quarterback before they even go to training camp. And it's not necessarily an incumbent. Yes, Cade McNamara, who he has named as the starting quarterback going into training camp and anticipates he'll be the starting quarterback against Western Michigan. He did have a few starts last year, but I'm not sure what those really meant. He came in the Rutgers game and orchestrated a triple overtime win, which to me seemed to be a little over-celebrated at the time.
Yes, and it's better than a loss, I guess.
A win is always better than a loss, but it's Rutgers.
Even against Rutgers.
Yeah.
Greg Schiano was...
Another guy who has mined the transfer portal quite well for himself. Taking a few Michigan individuals that are going to be on the roster over there. But you also have incoming five-star quarterback J.J. McCarthy. You also have...
Soon to be a Heisman Trophy. Those articles have yet to be written, but they will be.
Did Wojo write that one yet?
No, you know what's funny? Rico and Mike in the afternoon, they played this great game. Rico thought of this. This is amazing. He digs through old articles about Michigan quarterbacks. And then he asked Mike and the listeners, okay, who are you talking about? And you should listen to the segment. It's amazing because it's all these like statements saying, all right, this quarterback is going to win the Heisman, whatever, dark horse for the Heisman. And then you have to guess the quarterback. Well, Rico admitted yesterday that Wojo has so many outs in his writings that he never really guarantees anything. So he's not been able to use a Wojo arm.
No, not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. Maybe this is the year. But you've got J.J. McCarthy, who's coming in, obviously five-star recruit.
That is exciting.
Bowman, who is the transfer from Texas Tech. He does have some experience, a little bit more than Cade McNamara has. So we'll see how the quarterback battle, pans out there, even though, McNamara goes in as the named starter. But you also have Dan Villari, who, by all accounts, may be the best in terms of understanding the offense, understanding the concepts, but he doesn't maybe have the arm that Cade McNamara has, doesn't have the natural talent that a J.J. McCarthy has, doesn't have the experience that Alan Bowman has, but he is in that room as well. Your thoughts on the Michigan quarterback position?
I think it's going to be Cade until he loses his job, if he loses his job.
Right.
And then you probably go to J.J. McCarthy, but it's funny because you asked the best quarterback in the state. And you mentioned Peyton Horn, and Anthony Russo, and the Michigan quarterbacks as well. The best quarterback in the state might be playing in Ann Arbor on August 31st, but not for Michigan. It could be Caleb Elby from Western. He's coming back, 18 touchdowns and 2 picks, 6 games last year. He had the third best passer rating behind Mac Jones and Zach Wilson in the nation. So Western's quarterback might be the best of them all.
But they also lost a receiver to the NFL draft.
That is correct.
They also lost, I think, the left tackle to the NFL draft. And does that mean that he's not going to be the best quarterback in the state of Michigan? Absolutely not. He could be. But that's why they played the game. I know that they are very excited about what LB can be and do there at Western Michigan.
I can't wait to watch that game.
I'm a little overdue on my teas because I said at 7:40 we were going to talk about your obsession. When we come back,
it's not just my obsession. It's such a straightforward. How dare you?
The obsession of former coaches, players, general managers of our professional sports teams when they move on. Why can't we turn the page? 97.1 The Ticket.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ AM 950 Traffic Center, this report brought to you by St. Joseph Mercy. Dealing with a few crashes on the drive this morning. That includes 275 northbound at Eureka Road. That one's off to the right shoulder. Blocking the left shoulder, another accident. 96 Jeffries eastbound at Outer Drive. 75 exit west to Schaefer, both backed up as there's an accident on Schaefer north of 75. And a crash in southwest Detroit, this time Michigan Avenue at Central Avenue, affecting the eastbound lanes. I'm Michelle Penny.
Odyssey is your new home for all the audio that matters to you.
today. I'm definitely more social now than I was. I met a lot of different people, different cultures. I'm more well-rounded. Being a part of these groups has helped me with speaking in front of people, with performing. Next year, I'm traveling to France with the group that I'm in. Because of my HFC education, I'm working on pushing towards future goals. I am future-driven.
What are you driving at? Find your future faster at Henry Ford Tires. Apply now at hfcc.edu. Detroit. Guns N' Roses Summer 2021. Last days, America Live. Special guest, the debut of Mammoth WVH featuring Wolfgang Van Halen. Tickets are on sale now at tigers.com/GNR. Guns N' Roses are back. It will be unmissable.
The new St. Joe's and IHA Livonia Medical Center is open, offering easy access for your healthcare needs. From primary care to outpatient surgery, imaging services to urgent care. Together, we're creating a better healthcare experience. Learn more at livoniamedicalcenter.org.
This is Zach Gell with an Odyssey Sports Minute. We know Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson will be starting week 1 for the Jacksonville Jaguars and the New York Jets. How about the other 3 first-round QBs? Kyle Shanahan keeps on insisting it will be Jimmy Garoppolo, but if I was Kyle, I would start Trey Lance. You know what Jimmy G is? A solid, injury-prone QB, so why wait when it's clear you don't believe in him by trading up all you did for Trey Lance? And as for Mac Jones and Justin Fields, why should they wait when we all know that Cam Newton and Andy Dalton's better days are behind them? When it comes to the 2021 first-round QBs, they should all be starting week 1, and it's becoming more and more obvious by the day. Now let's see which coaches between Kyle Shanahan, Bill Belichick, and Matt Nagy will be aggressive, and which ones will continue to delay the inevitable. I'm Zach Gell.
Hey, frequent partner may keep you from running your A game, but it doesn't have to anymore. Join the PrivaSec OTC 2-week challenge. Just go to PrivaSecOTC.com. You get $3 off to get you started. Plus, 14 days of tips, tricks, and reminders. Just 2 weeks, zero heartburn. Go to PrivaSecOTC.com and sign up today. Zero heartburn is possible with PrivaSec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
At Napa, get a $10 gift card when you buy a 5-quart jug of Mobil 1 motor oil for $27.99. A deal so rich, they'll call you an oil tycoon. Yep, with great oil for $27.99 and $10 back. All you need is a Monaco. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how. Napa know-how. Participating locations. Stop being statements and taxes and some fees. Multi sales price may not be available in some states. Rebate restrictions apply. Offer ends 8/31/21.
Let's catch up. Not online or over text. Let's catch up the way we used to. With a couple of fishing lines. In a place where time isn't measured in minutes, but in moments. Moments made paddling the day away on a crystal blue waterway. Feeling the wind in our hair as we leave the everyday stress in our wake. Meandering down a winding trail through lush, unspoiled forest. And teeing off on golf courses, every stroke, every moment count. Or just sitting around a campfire and getting lost in conversation beneath a breathtaking canopy of shimmering stars. It's time to make up the lost time. This summer, let's catch up with Pure Michigan.
Today I'm taking it to the streets to give people the good news. Oh, excuse me, hi, I'm Flo from Progressive. Did you know? Sorry, who? Flo. You know, I do commercials.
Oh, okay, I stream TV and radio. You know, no annoying ads.
Okay, hurtful. But did you know Progressive's name your price tool lets you choose options based on each week? You're not going to use a single commercial, are you? Well, we were hoping to. Really want to contribute to the constant barrage of advertising? To the cognitive dissonance, which is, hey, I'm door next person.
Get options based on your budget with the Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates pricing covered by utility licensing law.
It's all wins and no losses with new exclusive stations by Odyssey. Discover rock and music stations made for sports fans just like you. Crank up the good times with tailgate
possibility of spending some money this offseason in free agency. Do you believe him? Do you not believe him? We're going to dive into that a little bit more at 8:02. But before we get there, you put something interesting in an email to me in regards to Matt Stafford, and I know Greg did it as well, the infatuation that some of us in Detroit have with whether it's former players, former coaches, or general managers. When they leave our Detroit sports teams, we can't seem to turn the page. And it's reared its ugly head when Matt Stafford was traded to the LA Rams.
It's normal.
But it's normal. But the question I originally asked was, who has a bigger infatuation,
obsession
with
I'm not infatuated
with Matt Stafford? Is it Sean McVay, who there's been an unbelievable love fest between Sean McVay and Matt Stafford since they vacationed together? What was it, in Cabo?
I think so.
And Jeff Rieger, and your infatuation with following every bit of news that comes out of LA regarding Matthew Stafford.
Well, it is training camp. It started on Saturday, John, when a Rams reporter. I was at the golf outing for 97 won the ticket.
How'd you hit him?
I don't talk about scores. Personal information. Why would you even ask that question? So I
Stay in the second lane from right.
Yes. Are you vaccinated?
I would rather tell you if I'm vaccinated. I'd rather tell you who I voted for.
Yes.
Yeah. I would rather tell you anything.
You've already given up that right because you want to work at home.
I'll give you my credit score. It's rather good. Before I give
you the golf score?
My golf score when I shot it on course.
What's the big deal about the golf score?
I'm not giving it to you. You're going to have to go to our boss, Jimmy Powers. I'm sure he has a scorecard somewhere.
Especially if you won.
Rough outing. But no, it started on Saturday. We're sitting around. Stoney was there. And he's like, oh, Rieger, you're going to love this. And it was a tweet from a Rams reporter saying that Stafford just threw one of those like crazy picks that we're used to seeing. Right? Here, I can read it to you very quickly if you care. All right.
Use
so
the middle
here it
lane
is.
to keep left onto 5th Street. Then turn right
it's just
onto
like,
West
because
4th
we've
Street.
seen this over and over and over. It's from Lindsay Thyre, and it says, the crowd goes wild. Jalen Ramsey picks off Matthew Stafford in the red zone and returns it. Ball was in a lot of traffic, unsure who intended for, but Ramsey jumped it from nowhere and picked it off. Now, I love that because I'm like, there's the Matthew Stafford. I know, making an ill-advised throw where the guy's right there. Then nobody had any idea who it was intended for, with the exception of the defensive back. So, of course, at that point, I started, wetting my whistle. Then the week starts, and you find out that Stafford hits his thumb on a teammate's helmet.
Right.
And I got
surgically repaired thumb.
That's right. In the offseason. So I'm like, oh my goodness, is he going to be even able to play? Oh my God, Stafford can't stay healthy. There we are. And then Sean McVay's like, well, Stafford's tough. Like, you haven't heard that before, right? And then Stafford is back on the field.
Did he use the word warrior?
I think so. Did he say we're honored to have him like Matt Patricia did?
Yeah.
We're blessed. Couldn't ask for a better quarterback.
He also went to high school with Clayton Kershaw.
He's in the same city as Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah.
I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah. They might even be neighbors now.
I actually heard that the Stafford family stayed at the Kershaw residence while they were finding a house.
Because they're high school friends.
That's what I heard, yeah. Anywho, my question is, I'm not the only one. And I might be more obsessed than Sean McVay, I won't lie to you. However, I am not the only Detroit person obsessed with Matthew Stafford. I'm just curious why people are. I can tell you why I am.
Okay.
Because this is the one time in sports, this is very exciting. The one time in sports that we get to answer the bar sports radio question. You know, when we ask the question, well, if Tom Brady was a Lion, how would he do? We can never answer that question.
Right.
Right? Yeah, we got close when Justin Verlander went to Houston. Could he win a World Series? And he didn't pitch great in Game 6, but they ended up winning the World Series.
Yes.
Right? So we answered that one. But if we finally find out how Stafford does in another team, we finally answer the question, who was right? The a-holes like me, the Stafford haters, or everybody else that said, oh, you're such a jerk, it's Detroit's fault. We finally get an answer to this question. I need an answer to this question. In fact, John, I'll tell you this. I am more excited to watch Rams-Bears on Sunday Night Football than I am Lions Niners for the Lions home opener. I am more excited because I need to know, is Stafford the bum that I think he is? But I'm not the only one.
You're more excited about a quarterback that is no longer here.
Correct, yes.
Than exchanging quarterbacks in Jared Goff. And the question that everybody wants to know here, is Jared Goff the long-term answer, or is he a bridge quarterback? Now, we won't know that for sure when they play San Francisco, but we'll start to get a peek at it. And you would rather get a peek at the LA Rams.
Yes. Yes, I'm very bummed, by the way, because the Bears announced Andy Dalton's going to be their starting quarterback. I was hoping like hell it'd be Justin Fields.
As we've seen, even though, hey, quarterbacks sign with new teams, quarterbacks are traded to new teams. Carson Wentz is going to be out 5 to 12 months. We found out his offensive lineman, Quentin Nelson, is going to be out 5 to 12 weeks, not months, yeah. 5 to 12 weeks. And Matthew Stafford is a part of this, and so we'll find out who is the starting quarterback in Chicago come week 1. There's a lot of time between now and then. Dak Prescott, coming back from that ankle surgery, is not going to be playing tomorrow night because of a shoulder issue. So there's a lot of things that can happen between now and then. But the obsession that I have, and I don't necessarily think it's an obsession, but my curiosity with Matthew Stafford simply revolves around the level of play that he has out there, and the level of success or lack thereof is directly tied to continuing the rebuild here in Detroit and the draft pick. So I wasn't excited to hear about Cam Akers getting hurt. I was intrigued.
No, that was a Stafford excuse, though. That's the first thing I thought. Oh, Matt's got his first excuse in La La Land.
Right, and their left tackle, his name slips my mind right now, but he's 39 years old, missed 7 games last year. Andrew Whitworth, thank you, Mr. Hargrave. Andrew Whitworth is a guy that we saw it when Kansas City played in the Super Bowl. When you don't have depth at that position, it can come back and really affect the outcome of games.
Okay, so let me ask you this then,
So we're just continuing to build all of the same excuses that Matthew Stafford had here out in LA.
Right, and we find out once and for all. Like, if he fails there, if he doesn't win multiple playoff games, makes a deep run in the postseason, then jerks like me are right. Mm-hmm. Stafford was so overrated, and all the Stafford lovers are going to have to say, I'm sorry, Jeffrey. But if it goes the opposite way and Stafford is amazing, then I'll gladly apologize and say, hey, listen, I'm wrong about everything. I was wrong about this too. Okay, but I need to know from you, because you're a mild-mannered man. You're neutral. I like you because you don't seem to have, what's the word I'm looking for? You don't play favorites, right? You call it like you see it. Mm-hmm. That's the Michigan man in you. Okay, do you think I'm unique? Do you think I'm unique because my, as you call it, obsession with Matthew Stafford is super high? Or do you think the rest of Detroit shares that same obsession, whether they'll admit it or not?
Well, I tell you what, phone lines are open, texts are always
because
welcome.
I'm not unique. People might not admit it, but I'm telling you.
See, that's where I think you have an issue, is I think that you're not unique, and that people are obsessed with, whether it's players, coaches, right now it's Matthew Stafford. And when they go somewhere else, they want to know, was it Detroit or was it the individual?
It's like,
if you have the answer to that question, give us a call, 248-539-9797. We'll pick it up on the other side of this break. Coming up next, 97.1 The Ticket.
WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. An Odyssey station. Sports headlines. All day, every day. From the Sold by Mike Z Sports Desk. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
We're seeing a couple different things that have been energizing Tigers fans lately. First, they're winning, the ultimate goal. And also Miguel Cabrera still chasing history, hitting .498 last night. And manager AJ Hinch says that these Miggy milestones are pumping up the team's play at the same time.
There's a buzz, there's an expectation to win every day. I think that's contributing more to Miggy's upbeat nature. Coming to the ballpark, there's an expectation to win. I think he appreciates that. I think that the chase for these numbers are certainly contributing to those wins, and that's what he
It
wants.
was a 4-2 victory last night at Comerica Park over Boston. They've had 3 straight months of winning baseball. They're now 52-57 on the year. They'll play the Sox for 2 more games before heading back onto the road for 6 games. The gates are open at Lions training camp in Allen Park. Practice getting going at 8:30 a.m., which will be the start time all week for the public as the team continues to prepare under a new regime. Several medal events from Tokyo today, including artistic swimming, wrestling, men's track and field, and long-distance swimming, plus more. The Rocket Mortgage Classic will happen later in the PGA Tour season in 2022. The Detroit Golf Club will host the event in the final weekend in July and second to last tournament before the FedEx Cup playoffs next year. And Detroit high school star Tony Tolbert passes away at the age of 50 after battling health issues and COVID-19. He also played for Michigan and the Detroit Titans back in the early 90s. At the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Chris Villar. For more, stay tuned to 97.1 The Ticket and Odyssey.com.
Live from the Jamie Samuelson Studio, Stoney and Jansen on 97.1 The Ticket.
Jeff Rieger is in for Stoney. Stoney will be back tomorrow. Had an eye procedure done yesterday. He is on the mend. He's healing well. And I'm happy to report that he's on the 24-hour DL. Anybody else, I think in middays, afternoons, might have been 2 or 3 weeks. But Stoney, here in the morning, we set the standard, and it's only 24 hours. So post-surgery, he will be back tomorrow morning.
Wouldn't
Jeff
you call
Rieger,
it the IL?
Yeah, the injured list. Yeah.
The IL?
Oh, no.
Come on.
Yes, all right. Yeah, great dad joke.
Oh, there you go. I am a dad.
Yes, yes. And at the break there, the man that is sitting in Stoney's seat, Jeff Rieger.
The great Chris Villar update. I was listening.
Yes. But you found something on the internet that plays into what we're talking about, and that is your obsession with Matthew Stafford. Former coaches, players, front office personnel that have moved on. Why can't we just let it go? We want to always know, is it Detroit? Is it the individual? And
Turn right onto
you
Longwood
mentioned it
Street.
earlier. I always go into my football voice when I start talking about, training camp, full pads. Some of the brawls that we experienced yesterday gets me excited. You got excited and went into your, I don't even know what to call the voice, but your obsession voice with Matt Stafford.
Well,
Why?
it's ridiculous.
Why?
Okay?
What happened?
All right, so I get this tweet, or make that a text, at 248-539-9797. And it says the following. I wanted to find it for you. But it says, did anybody see the report that Matthew Stafford would have stayed if the Lions would have asked him to stay? So I read that to you. You said you didn't know about it. I didn't know about it either, which shocks me because I'm obsessed with the man, as you know. So I Googled simply, if the Lions asked Stafford to stay, would he have stayed? 5 stories popped up. Like this one from Detroit Sports Nation.
Rieger has read them all now.
Yes, I have. I'm very educated now.
Favorited them.
It says Matthew Stafford says he would have stayed with Detroit Lions had the team asked him to. Now, I can't see the quote. In every story, it doesn't say it in the quote, but apparently that's what he said. And what I told you...
Well, you found it on Google.
During the...
So it must be true.
But every headline says it. Like, here, I'll show you the headline, but I can't get the quote. Anyway, my point is, during the update with Villar, I just simply said, I go, what a little... This guy! Oh my God! Guys, I'm going to leave you unless you want me to stay, and then I'll stay, but you have to ask me to stay. I want him to fail. I do. I do. I want him to fail. I want to be right for once in my life. I want to be right about this, that this guy was part of the problem for 12 years in Detroit. I want to be right. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I want to be right.
And Rieger, you were driving this bus for quite some time. You and Paul Sarah are the producer fills in here too.
Yes, driving the Matt Stafford bus. But I tell you what, let's go to the phone lines because there's a great question that Ben in Lake Orion wants to ask Jeff Rieger. Ben, good morning. 97.1 The Ticket.
Hello, Benjamin.
Good morning, fellas. How are you?
Good.
Hey, Rieger, I got questions for you, buddy.
Yeah.
If Stafford, your man crush, tears it up in La La Land, are you now a Rams fan?
No. I'm actually, Ben, it's funny you ask. I am actually rooting my ass off against the Rams for multiple reasons. I want to be right about the Stafford saga. I'll admit that to you. We all want to be right. We're human beings. And I want the Rams to suck, so the Lions draft pick is better at number.
It's all right to go through that? No, I just got to go up here, check a house.
Oh, okay. Can you get through there?
Yeah, I can get it.
The destination is on your left. 8425 Logan Street. Arrived.